Our viewers from America and across the world, welcome back, welcome back. Boomhauer01 here. We got Puddin', we've got MP Roofer. Hopefully we'll have somebody else. Robbie had to step out, take care of his young one, which is all understandable. Robbie, you said you was going to join us, follow along, watch the broadcast and comment. Hope you're doing all right now. Welcome back. As y'all seen our finish to Indianapolis, it was one heck of a race. We had Blakey T, we had Noco, K. Larson, we had them all battling for that win. Noco was the one that came out on top. Unfortunately for Blakey, was not able to. He had one heck of a run. He had a heck of a car all night. Just it wasn't in the cards for him to get that W tonight. But as now, we shift momentum. We change driving styles. We change everything, going from Indianapolis, a 2-mile long straightaway 90-degree draft track, to short track racing.
Who doesn't love short track racing in America? Me. This track is an equalizer. This track is an equalizer, guys. Like you just said, Boom, we went from a track where you had 4 separate turns. You had to hit 4 separate marks, maintain that to you're going to be tight. I don't expect anybody to pull away. Unfortunately, there will be some bumping. There will be some banging. These guys don't do it deliberate. They are the elite of the elite for Giggity Racing in the Cup Series. But, man, we got a long race. They got to change their mindset. They're calming down. And as always, guys, here in the broadcast booth, they're always going to play mind games with us by changing some paint schemes, too.
Yeah, people do change their paint schemes in between. So it's definitely gonna have to, give us a minute to get track, of all that stuff. But waiting on we're going to. K. Teddy said he's going to send us new invites. So just bear with us here. We'll get this race going. Qualifying started. I believe qualifying is finished now. So, excuse me. Too much Mexican food today. But,
thanks for being in the booth, guys.
MP absolutely.
Roofer, Boomhauer, some of my good friends, Robbie Vids. That was one of the coolest broadcasts. Anytime I have the opportunity to broadcast with you guys, it's an awesome opportunity not only to do that, but to also race with you guys. Mm-hmm. So I can't thank for everybody else for giving me that chance. This is one of the, my personal opinion, top 3 elite online racing leagues for Heat 4, and we show it most every race. Every now and then, and we get a little bit of a oopsie, but guys, Bristol, we're going to show how it's done here in Giggity tonight, guys.
Yeah, it's going to be a good race. Bristol is always exciting. It's a rhythm track. You just want to get in a good rhythm. It's not always about being the fastest, but being really consistent. It's got to hit that same lap over and over and over.
MP Roofer, and like I said, I think I like that nickname, Boomhauer. We'll just call ourselves the Keystone Cowboys.
I like it, man.
We got 3 great people in the booth, great commentator, and you guys have been with Giggity longer than I have. So your guys' insight into the depth of the league and how it's developed from going from Boomhauer saying they used to race just manufacturers. Your team was one manufacturer to how many people we have now as captains in the teams and how many drivers you get per team and the strategy on how everybody plays. Plus the in-depth love, caring, and affection that everybody here in Giggity shows each other too, man. It's almost unbeatable.
Yeah, I've been a part of a lot of leagues on here that you have some really good friends, but not like the brotherhood that I've had here on Giggity. It's really a brotherhood.
And remember, obviously being online, some of you guys grew up knowing each other, others didn't. You just get to know each other.
Sorry, Puddin'. Go ahead and accept them invites if y'all got them. If not, I'll send y'all one.
You got it.
Not Blakey. Puddin', did you get yours?
In 4, Roger.
Alrighty. We've got Blakey T on the pole. We've got Life as a Plant second. We've got Noco third. We've got Wicked Gatekeeper fourth. K-Mac fifth. Mills sixth. Larson seventh. RJ Smitty ninth. RKM ninth. Eighth. Sorry, RKM ninth. And K Teddy 10th. Wow.
Yeah,
All
Can't
right,
get
noticed
into
so
that new wheel. I don't know
there was
how
only
that's
two
gonna
tenths
affect it.
difference though. The number one Blakey had a 15.6 and 10th dead last had a 15.8. So you're only talking about 2/10 of a second. That's how close they were from first to 10th.
250 laps. Sorry, Roofer. Yeah, but
yes, this is
250 laps.
going to be a
Right,
long race.
consistency is going to be key. As I see, the 12 is already in the wall. You can't go down. He's RKM going to have to get on it here. He'd be going a lap down real quick.
Yes, we've already got started. This is the daytime race.
Oh, his Teddy's in the wall. He's got major trouble too. They're gonna that good time to have. It's at the very beginning.
As Blakey T's up front.
Too is your pit strategy.
Yes, pit strategy is going to be key also though, because the
Getting
tires
on and off
wear.
pit road.
That as well. Getting on and off pit
Yep.
road, it can be a hassle, but also your tire wear here. It wears different than it did at Indianapolis. If you run that bottom line, they're going to run a whole lot worse than if you do that high line. But can you make your car stick to that high line without constantly bouncing off that wall?
Yep.
I personally am a high, wide, handsome type of person right there. I will give myself a little air factor in case I do get tight or a little bit bumped. But I like the high line here. You get a great drive off of it. You get great drive off of it. As we saw, I raced with you today, and this other guy, Meeker, man, he was just a public lobby guy, and Boomhauer and Meeker put on one hell of a show.
I gotta say, I got a Bristol win today, so I'm proud.
Yeah, anytime you get a Bristol win. Yeah.
We see that self-proclaimed short track specialist up here on the short track. Like he loves him a short track, just like
and it looks like he's pulling away. He's about to put Taddy a lap down already.
Yeah, he's starting to make me rethink mine. I like Diamond in the corner here, but watching his line, man, it's making me, he's running that middle.
If you follow along, I'm following along with Life as a Planet right now. If you look, some people like to be on that top, right in that black area, right before you get to the wall. Then you've got that PJ1, you've got that traction compound that they lay at the bottom of the track for those, who are bottom feeders. If you can keep your car in between those two lines without breaking loose on corner exit too much, you're going to have a good race. That's all it boils down to. Controlling your car on corner exit.
Not very often to say it. Sorry to overtalk you there, Boom.
You're good.
This is a short track that actually has 3 different lines in the corner. You can run that high line, like you said, with the glue or the PJ. You can run that low line.
Patty's on pit road,
so median line too. So there's 3 different lines. How do you see it in your tires?
You got to go high line, save tires.
High line, right? Yeah.
But you also, again, like we said, remember, damage is on for these races, so you got to be careful not to beat and bang off that wall too much running that high line, because it can also help wear that right front down a lot more than it would normally.
Yeah,
not a big aero track here, but damage will affect the handling of it, though.
Yes, it will.
Keep it off of that big black Bristol wall.
I think Taddy must have had pretty heavy damage. That's why he pitted so early.
I believe so. I think him and RKM might have got into it on the initial start because RKM's already a lap down. Taddy was on pit road. He's laps down now. As we see, Blakey T just booking it across this track. He let that one from Indianapolis slip away. He is not going to let this one slip away. I can tell you that right now. He is on a mission.
No, he's getting it. He got the Oscar Mayer machine rolling it, but not
yes, he is. That Wiener Mobile is moving.
Once again, guys, we are at the last great Coliseum, as they say.
My home state.
Love this track. When my wife and I were traveling through, we actually went down to this track, and they had the gate open, so we took the Mrs. Puddin' Mom Mobile. We took a lap real quick before anybody caught us. It was pretty cool to say we did that.
You didn't steal the pace car, did you?
I didn't steal the pace car, no. This ain't Talladega. That wasn't
me. They left the gates open? That's funny.
Yeah, somebody was on the infield in the garage area doing something. And a long time ago, we went to another track with my dad, and he said, "Watch this," and he did it. And I said, "This is for my pop." So we went around, and my wife's like, "You're gonna get us in trouble."
All right, somebody do me a favor. Somebody jump on NOCO right quick.
All right.
Are you on NOCO?
Yep.
Tell me when he crosses the start-finish line, because Blakey T's crossing it now.
1, 2,
Alright.
3, 4.
Just now.
Dang,
Yeah, so,
he's got almost, he's got a quarter of a track lead, a third of a track lead over Noko right now, and he is not slowing down, ladies and gentlemen.
He has no traffic to deal with, too, so he doesn't have to
can barely see him.
He can run his line. That's
Noko's back here with Wicked.
Yes, he's got a full straightaway lead over second place right now, and it looks like that lead is only getting bigger.
And Noko's in a hornet's nest back here. Yeah. The 88, I believe, he might be second.
Yes, he is.
Life
is
in
the
the
plant.
hornet's nest. Right. But from third on back, it's a...
Well, Life is a Plant knows this track. Whenever we first got this game, when the Gold Edition came out, he was one of the first ones to jump on here and start testing the tire wear and all that stuff in our league. He warned us how everything was, so he knows this track pretty good, I assume. So if it comes down to it, it might be between him and Blakey. But as of right now, if things go the way it's going so far early in this race, I don't think anybody's going to have anything for Blakey.
I don't think that's the way it's looking, man. If he don't wreck himself, it's going to be hard to beat him. I've never seen anybody walk away like that dominant. He's walked
not in
off.
the Cup Series, no. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It looks like Jake in the Xfinity Series.
I'm even going on his onboard, and he's just smooth. He's hitting that same lap every lap. It's really impressive.
It looks like Noko's struggling a little bit now as he drops back to sixth place, battling for seventh right now with RJ Smitty and Mills. As Noko's got a little bit of front end damage, he might have got it caught up in a little bit of something that might.
K-Mac just spun around.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Solo car. Don't look like there's going to be a caution. Nope, no caution.
Get loose off, and he's still loose off.
Yes, he is.
Wear them tires off quick.
Like I said, that's going to be the big thing. Whoever can control their car the longest on corner exit at this place is going to be the one to watch. Because the way that it wants to break loose, that right end wants to just slide out from underneath you. Whoever can delay that is going to have your best chance to win, because it is unforgiving here.
And that's a great point here. The transition
around again.
The transition from the banking of the corner boom to the straightaway is so great that if you get onto that throttle too quick, it'll spin you around, because the banking here is very freaking intense, you know. So you got to be careful about that. To go from a high bank corner to a flatter straightaway, that transition can't throw these cars off.
I think Teddy, he either lagged out or he just parked it after that second wreck.
I'm asking him right now.
I've seen his car disappear.
I'm very impressed, though. He's driving at Bristol, and Sean Tatterall is also on our fans feed right now. So if he's driving Bristol and texting and driving, you should NASCAR and text.
Well, Sean is
sorry, Robbie.
brother, I think.
All right, I just got the word. K. Teddy did take his car to the trailer. He was already 6 laps down.
Oh.
So he went ahead and parked that 95 Toyota of his and called it a night. Don't really say that I blame him on that number, because I probably would have done the same thing.
Right. I think he's safely in the top 10. He
had
absolutely. Nothing to gain, nothing to lose, you know, so why not?
Well, I know he was wanting that. He's pretty good here at Bristol, so I know he was wanting that win.
You know, that was kind of like me last night at Mid-Ohio, being the elimination track, Mid-Ohio and Richmond. All season I stared at that cut line and just kind of kept that in the back of my mind.
Well, let's see here. Before the night started,
you had 2 very difficult tracks, too, between Mid-Ohio and Richmond at the same night. That's to maintain that, to keep your points and stay in. Well done there, MP Roofer.
For the Potter Welding Cup Series here on Sunday nights, K. Teddy was sitting in 10th place with 554 points. Noko is sitting in 12th with 509, and Kay Larson is sitting in 13th with 508. Now, we'll have to see. That's kind of cutting it close, just to, you know. Now, he did get points for starting, though. Remember, he did start the race, so he will get those points, so that might just be enough to save his bottom on that.
Who's in 10th? On the cut line.
Taddy was in 10th.
Taddy?
Plant was in
okay.
11th, Noco was 12th, and K. Larson was 13th. He was the last one looking in. So we'll definitely have to see. Well, we will definitely try to get those points to y'all before we end this broadcast this evening. The man who does our points is currently racing. You can see him right now going a lap down. Mills Nation in that number 2 Penske Deuce.
He's good here at Bristol too.
Oh,
this
he
is really
is.
shocking me how good Blakey T is running right now.
Looking at our
trying to fight back.
K. Taddy just said he's 7th on the all-time leaderboard here, so that's got to be super frustrating for him.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
he got that win earlier in the season.
Custom's a little different here. You know, you can make your custom setup feel perfect, but you can't
the 2 and the 6
get that
make a little bit of
preset
contact.
perfect.
Got them Fords battling up here. Mill's doing everything he can to stay on that lead lap. He does not want to go a lap down.
He's fighting hard, ain't he?
As close as RKM is behind him, anything can happen. He can lose that last spot and not get his lap back at the end of the stage, so he don't want to give them any room.
Just got a little text here on the YouTube feed from Little Man. Little Man, another one of the drivers.
What's up,
he says,
Bobby?
"Hey fellas." He said, "Hey fellas, what's up, buddy? How are you doing? Thanks for joining tonight."
Blakey gets loose as Mills gets his lap back, and here comes RKM trying to get one of his laps back.
See, that's why the 2 didn't give up and just give it to him.
The 2 got
he
loose
kept
as
the
well
pressure
too.
to him.
Like I said, that corner exit, man, it is a nightmare as the number 2 sliding back and forth.
That's why I like to dive low. I like to use that PJ1 and let my car slide up and use the top as the exit. I enter low and exit high. It's just it's my preference, but everyone's different how they attack the track. But watching Blakey, I'm definitely gonna try that middle, man. It's really smooth.
Let's make that one of our fan vote questions too in real life for NASCAR. What are your guys' opinion of them putting that PJ down at certain tracks to increase the intensity level of NASCAR racing? What do you guys think about it?
I love it, man.
Like the outside at New Hampshire, the outside at Martinsville, the inside of Bristol. They put it down at a number of tracks this last year, so.
Right.
And it's made it's made it bigger and better too, because there's certain tracks that you are single wide, one lane around. You know, Bristol being one of those as a before they even repaved it. Sorry, Rupert, but yeah. So everybody out there in fan world, let us know what you think about that.
Me being a guy that usually qualifies between 5th and 10th, you know, not a really good qualifier, I like it to have the opportunities to pass and not have to just sit in the line behind people, you know. And it makes it funner for the fans, too. There's more than just one groove, you know.
I'm one of those people who always try to... Sorry, Rupert, go ahead.
Blakey. RKM's trying to get his lap back, but he looked like he got his adjustments in or whatever. His car is looking really good right now. As Blakey just
Blakey really loose. Blakey really loose. I think these tires are starting to wear on him.
Right. Fuel's never going to be an issue tonight. It's going to be all tires.
I've raced with Blakey so many times on 4 times races, and he never changes his preset during, and claims that he raced an 8 on a 4 times once. And when I watch this guy, even on worn tires, it didn't look like he got loose anywhere. So that's very uncharacteristic for Blakey to make a small mental error like that at a short track that he loves to race on. But no harm, no foul. He's regrouped it and stacking them back up.
He had such a massive lead. I mean, he could afford a little small mistake right now, I think. Let's see what that 88 if he's still. So his Mills is around.
88's on pit road.
Yeah, I see Mills spun around. The tires are starting to fade.
And the stages here too are a lot longer.
Tires are going down too.
When you're doing 15-second lap times, guys, this race at 250 laps is a lot, but it quicks up quick. You still have to get to where you're at, though. You know, you got to get yourself in position at the right time.
I wouldn't say 15-second laps now. I'd say more like 16 plus now, because they're about I'd say maybe 20 to 30 laps into it now. So, RKM gets a little bit loose
right in front of the leader. Yep.
Ooh, that could have been bad.
You see the 88
great
getting
maneuver
off
by
pit road.
Blakey to avoid that.
Oh, absolutely. Who is running second to him?
I'm not sure because I don't know who's pitted, but let me go on RKM stream and see if I can see.
He is not live.
Streaming? Okay.
I looked.
Okay.
If I had to say, it's probably either Wicked or Larson. I'm not sure which one. I'm not sure if Wicked's had some problems. It looks like he's got some front end damage, so let me rephrase that. I'm not sure if he's wrecked and went a lap down or whatnot, but I'm not sure. So I see Larson behind him, so I'm not sure who's in what position right now. It's hard to say with...
I would think actually the 42 of Wicked Gatekeeper, I know he was looking really good earlier. If he hasn't pitted yet...
Well, see, that number 8 car, Larson, it looks awfully clean right now for him to be that far back. So who knows? He might be in second. He might be in third. We'll have to find out. I apologize to all of our viewers right now. We just don't have anybody else broadcasting from a cockpit view, so we can't tell what lap they're on and what the running order is. All we know is Blakey T is out here kicking everybody's Blakey butt.
Yeah,
Blakey's right now coming up on traffic too. Likes to plan on the 88. 88's on fresher tires. Blakey T still sticking with him on those older tires.
Right there shows.
Oh, Mills just got spun around
again.
That's uncharacteristic. Like Mills earlier today was kicking butt at this track with me, RKM, Wicked, and K-Mac, man, he was putting on one heck of a showing, so I'm not sure what the problem is with him. I'm not sure if he picked the wrong slider or whatnot, but... Oh,
yeah,
Blakey got a little bit loose and catches the 42 and wrecks Wicked.
Ooh.
So if Wicked
obviously unintentional, but those old tires are starting to show for Blakey. He's trying to push it as far as he can. Like I said, he is very good on those old tires. He's proved it before, but mistakes can be made.
So if Larson wasn't second, he is now. I can guarantee you that. Oh, Blakey catches the wall again.
Yeah, I believe he's losing time.
Yes, he is. Him and Larson both going to have to pit here soon.
But again, Blakey's getting on such an advantage out there, guys.
He missed pit road.
Yeah.
Nope. Caution.
Up into the stage or
it's a caution? Yep. Yeah, they're slowing down. Maybe that's what Blakey T was definitely looking for. He was hoping and praying either to try to make it to the end of the stage or be a caution. Like again,
well, that's good for some of these guys that had early trouble to get one of the, a lap back. Mills, RKM, a couple of them guys that spun. Which I'm sure Blakey T staying out like that, he probably pinned a lot of people more than one lap down.
That's all right. We're going to do it, and I say it a lot. We're going to rack them and stack them, get them back up here at the world's last greatest Coliseum. The fastest
That is the end of the stage.
Blakey T made it on a full fuel tire run.
They actually made stage 1 went by really fast, actually.
Yes, it did. Y'all two, go ahead and take this. I'm going to stick the camera on Blakey T, and I will be back in about 10 seconds.
Yep, no problem, buddy. Here we see Kay Larson on the outside. Let's see if anybody can got anything for Blakey T, or if he's going to take back off with it. What do you think, Puddin'?
It all depends on what line he wants. You gotta mind the drivers around you. Once you get them clear, then you can high, low, or diamond like you like to do. Run that medium line. But right now, that A car is giving him one heck of a run of Kay Larson. So Blakey T's
Larson
not
took
in
his line.
Yep, yeah, so Kay Larson's taking that away from Blakey T, but Blakey T appears to get right back underneath him. Blakey T needs to get him clear, though, Roofer and Boom, to make sure he can get his line back. But Kay Larson says, I'm not
doing
letting
a great
you do
job
it again,
tonight,
though.
Man. Hey, he come with some fire tonight at Indy and Bristol. He took over the lead.
He saw what Blakey T did in that first stage, Roofer, and he's not going to let that happen again.
No, he is not.
This is going to be Blakey T's first biggest challenge tonight. How this could come down to tire wear a little bit more now because he's burning it up trying to keep up or get around Kay Larson. Or if you're Blakey T, do you stay back, let him have it, and then when those tires fade away, know that you're good on those old tires like Blakey is, make your move then. Let's see what Blakey T's thinking here, guys.
It don't look like he's going to let Larson go now. It looks like he's going to run him down. He's got a point to prove. After missing out the win at Indianapolis, he's saying, listen, this is my race. I don't care what it takes. I'm going to be here at the end, and ain't nobody moving me out of the way.
Right.
I'm sitting here watching Kay Larson. Kay Larson is running that medium to high line, staying off the wall, giving himself plenty of clearance. Oh, that's a name you don't want to see or hear in the your back rear view mirror.
Smitty, K-Mac, they're all right there in that rear view mirror. They're all waiting on their opportunity to pounce.
Something Blakey hasn't had to do. Go ahead, Blakey. Roofer, go.
No, we were talking about it in that chat earlier on Heat 4. You have to be aggressive every lap, because if you let one guy go by and lose a little momentum, you get passed by 5 guys. So you kind of got to you got to keep in it and try as hard as you can to stay out of the guys, but you can't let off the gas. You got to stay in it.
And that's the problem he was talking about, putting with, Blakey T maybe holding back, letting Larson burn his tires up, and then pouncing on them after they get worn down.
Blakey T to the front made the pass on Larson.
You can't really afford to lay back and let somebody else burn their tires up, because by that time it happens, you're going to be 6th, 7th, 8th position. And the time that you've lost letting everybody else burning their tires up, you're not really going to make that time up again.
Right. I've noticed being Mr. Nice Guy don't work on this
territory, though, with racing with people tonight, though, so, I mean, at Bristol.
And he takes that high line away. He's back where he wants to be. Let's see what he's going to do with it. Larson sticking right on that bumper with Noco on the inside, and here comes RZA Smitty on the outside of Noco.
I've noticed Blakey battle really hard for that lead just so he can have that line. He wants that line bad.
Oh, he catches the wall a little bit. Don't look like it's going to hurt him too bad, though. Not yet. It might come in effect in the long run when them tires start wearing down. Like I said, the more you beat and bang on that wall, the more that right front's going to wear, and the worse it's going to turn, the worse it's going to handle. So we'll have to see.
Look who's sitting in that 3rd spot, guys. That notorious
black
number
car.
1, guys. I'm telling you, Kate Larson now has a fight on his hand to try to hold Noco back, and all that's going to do is give Blakey P that opportunity to say,
I gotta say,
give me my
Smitty's right there on Noco, too.
For the last season, you can say the last season now, because we're over halfway through this season, dating back to the halfway point of last season. It is just weird seeing Noco not run in that 48 car. I still cannot get over it. Oh, as Smitty gives Noco the bumper. It looks like Noco bounced off the wall, came back down, and Smitty was there, and they caught bumpers, and it pushed him back up the track, and it looks like Mills and K-Mac both are going to get around Noco.
Yeah, I was going to say, Smitty had a really good car. Yeah, it looked like Smitty had a faster car, but it couldn't get around Noco, and they just made a little bit of contact.
Well, also, I'm seeing now, Blakey T's got a little bit of a lead now. It's not as much of a lead as he had to start that first stage. And with that being said, him not being that far ahead when his tires start to fade the way that they did, as close as him and Larson was last stage, now that they're even closer right now, is that going to give Larson a chance to maybe come away with that win in a stage 2?
To me, yeah, in the long run, it looks like Larson has more of a smoother looking car to me in the long run. Like
and I don't understand how he does it. That man runs a 9 here. Can you believe that?
Wow, that's crazy.
I can't run a 4 here without getting loose coming off the backstretch. I don't know how in the world this man runs a 9, but somehow he manages to do it.
I'm a 6'7" type of person here. Road courses, I'm an 8'9". That's the only time I go that high, 1.5 miles. I like to be a little bit more conservative, knowing that I'll be around people, so tighten it up just a little bit. But running a 9 at Bristol,
somebody's in the wall back there.
Somebody's got
Noco, guys. Noco just had a little bit of trouble and got in the wall.
Yep, he's dropped back to 6 with Plant on his bumper. And here comes Mills. Looks like, got a little bit loose.
Him and K-Mac tried to make the move on Smitty, but wasn't able to pull it off. I
think they're just running so hard. They're wearing, they're wearing them tires down a lot quicker than they should.
Oh yeah, they're trying to stay with Blakey and burning them tires up. You see how fast that first stage went, which kind of surprised me whenever they said 250 laps, but.
Got a car spun around. I don't know if that's
I think we got a caution, guys.
We got that wheel and we got the wheel and caution flags out, guys. We got a Dana line in the air. Go down. Get those 4 fresh tires. Blakey T didn't want to see that. He got out.
If you're right. These guys just got to keep working on their car and making them better and better. If Blakey, like you said, just leaves his car alone, maybe these guys keep working on theirs until they get better,
And that number 12 blue Dickey's machine from Penske Racing machine has been sitting on pit road for a couple of laps, so I believe RKM
might have been
followed suit and went to the car hauler.
Yeah, he had early trouble too, which was surprising. He might have called it quits.
Well, being 5 laps down, I mean, you really can't blame these guys. I mean, it's hard to make up laps.
You don't want to get out there and hold people up, yeah.
Come on, Roofer, I'll let you say it this time, buddy. Here we go.
Rack them and stack them. Here we go on another restart.
And you got that Black Notorious #1 right behind
Blakey.
You've got Larson on that high line again here. He comes around the outside of Blakey. What's he going to do?
I think Larson's going to run it hard because he knows as long as he can hold that high side, Blakey's not going to be able to run out on him.
And there he goes. He makes that dive. Here comes Blakey back on the inside, and Larson pinches him off. And here comes
to the bottom.
And here comes K-Mac on the inside of Blakey.
They know they got to get some car positions. If they get him back there in dirty air, maybe, he's not as good back there in dirty air as he is out front.
I gotta say. Noko is sideways.
Oh, no.
Noko and Wicked both
and
teammates.
Wicked Gatekeeper, yeah.
Noko spin around.
No caution.
Again, guys, this is where I think they should put the slider scale for cautions. The relaxed cautions are too relaxed, and that strict caution is too strict.
Yes.
Yes.
Caution, you can bump the wall.
You need a low, moderate, medium, and high.
What if the host of the lobby could hit a button and call a caution if it needed to be? You know what I'm saying?
Well, that would give too much power to one person, I do believe.
That is true too. Yeah, because they could be like, "Oh, well, I got wrecked and hit it too."
Oh, I'm 2 laps down. Caution. I'm back. Oh, I'm 1 lap down now. That is a good idea, though. But I like that slider idea of a low, medium, high, and high.
Right.
Depending upon your guys' lobby skill level, which
I know on my championship mode. If a car barely gets sideways, they call one, but it's a little too strict for me. But on online mode, it's a little different.
Making that inside move right there on the inside of that 80K Larson again. Blakey T said, "I'm not giving it up tonight."
I gotta say, these top 5 are under a blanket. Here comes Life as a Plan on the outside in 5th place. He's taking 4th spot away from RJ Smitty.
K-Mac, he's really gained. He don't want to let him out of his sights.
Oh no! Honestly, if I'm K-Mac, let them 2 battle. Just sit here and buy your time. Just step back there. If RJ Smitty, Plant, and Mills back there, if they want to try to pass you, you know what? Let them. Let all these guys do what they want to do. You just sit there and wait to capitalize whenever they make mistakes.
There you go.
That crappy situation was going to work out for Noko. That gives nobody around Noko. He can run his line. He can go as fast as he wants, and it wouldn't surprise me to see him catch this guy's line.
Larson catches the wall.
Yeah. He still dives it in to try to hold the high, but
K-Mac gave him a little shove. Bouncing off the 8. Here they go. Like I said, start the broadcast. It's Bristol, baby.
Woo! That's what they don't want to see is him get out front in that clean air. That's when
I don't think he's going to take off, though. I think Larson, the way he is, the way he's running so far, I think Larson's got something for him now.
Yeah, I hope him and K-Mac can stick with him. They got look like their cars are handling a lot better. As you see, Blakey T actually hit the wall twice there.
Oh, as Larson drifts up, catches the corner, Blakey T slows him down. Have y'all noticed the broadcast camera likes to change on its own?
Yeah, I've seen that before. It'll go through 4 different motions on its own if you just leave it in that one view.
Yeah. So I'm sitting here following along with K-Mac right now because he's got a front row ticket the way Blakey T and Larson are battling right here. And it just keeps trying to switch to the panoramic view of showing the whole track and everything.
Right, yeah. It'll start switching.
Mills. He says, "I'm not down and out yet."
Is he a lap down still, though? I don't know.
That's what I'm wondering. I'm not sure. I know this
the
is
troubles
one of
that he had
tracks.
in stage 1. I mean, as much as I'd love to see that number 2 car get up there and take, have a chance for a victory, seeing how that was my old ride when I was captain of the Ford gang, I think he still might be a lap down, fellas.
He's driving in there hard.
He is, though. He ain't leaving nothing on the table, by God. He's giving everything he's got.
Once again, you want to race these guys clean. You want to give these leaders the respect. But if you're a lap down, you want to get that back too.
But then again, that caution, it might have gave him his lap back too.
Yeah, we've had 2 cautions, that's true, and at the end of a stage, he could be back.
Oh, as he gets loose again, K-Mac gets around him.
Larson, he's made up a little bit of time, and it seems like Blakey's starting to get a little bit loose. Like tires is going to be coming into play here soon.
This track is a very throttle-sensitive track, guys.
Yes, it is.
I run my sensitivity all the way down here.
Yes, you run short tracks the way that you run road courses. You turn that throttle sensitivity all the way down. That way you don't spin them tires coming out of these corners.
And I know, Boom, how are you just, MP Roofer, excuse me, I know you got those brand new pedals, so I know you're getting accustomed to it. But yeah, this is one of those tracks where you got to be smooth.
Yes.
Smooth. It's and that's a good why I like running short tracks, because I can consider it to running like a road course, what Boomhauer said. And I'm going to say it for the 18th time tonight. Puddin' loves a road course.
We know.
Yeah, I like the short tracks myself. It's one of the fun runs.
As long as it's not cup cars, I'll do it.
Here we go, guys. Blakey T wants to see this battle between Larson and Mills happen. As we see K-Mac right there, that 121 car, too. Love that paint scheme K-Mac tonight. This is what Blakey T wants to see. He wants to see
if they're battling, he's going to walk off. Yeah.
He doesn't have to worry about anything, and he can drive his line. And we saw how well he managed his tires to make it last an entire stage without pitting, because he didn't have to push it.
Looks like Kay Larson's starting to fall off a little bit. Car was got it really loose. As I seen the 88, actually, he's pouncing right there on him now.
Following along with that black and green machine. He's definitely going to need some help if he wants to get back up here in this race. He keeps bouncing off these walls. I think that damage during that accident between him and Wicked's got his car all messed up just a little bit. It's not handling the way he wants it to.
But when he has the advantage of, there's another stage, so that could be what he needs.
He's rolling him in now. The two's coming.
I know what that was. That was the sound of a cowboy.
He's coming, buddy.
Oh, and he is almost there, ladies and gentlemen.
I think he might have started out with a lower slider and been better on the long run, you know. That's what I've noticed.
Blakey T needs to shut his mirror up, drive that track.
Yes.
Boomhauer said it, he said it earlier at Indianapolis. Race the racetrack, not the racer. And I fall fault to that sometimes myself.
I am. I'm guilty as charged.
Yeah, I gotta have my mirror on.
I don't know how many times I did in real life. I followed the guy in front of me and not race my line, and it cost me a big mistake, you know. And Mills to the inside, Blakey T to the outside.
And Mills loses it off the corner.
That's what we were just talking about. Yeah, we were talking about that corner. You got to talk about that corner with that throttle, and Mills goes straight to pit lane.
And his night is over with. I think that
could have called it. Yeah, that might have been so frustrating for him. He just said, "Heck with it." His Canucks had a pretty rough night.
Larson get a little bit of contact.
Mills, another one of the great guys of all of you guys here in Giggity Racing. I love being in the booth with him. Invited me to a little race he was trying to put together last night, but I was already committed to something else. Mills a great guy. Sorry to see that for him.
I want to see if K-Mac can reel him in now. It seems like every time someone reels him in, they make a mistake. But I don't want to get the commentator curse on K-Mac, but I'm on his on board.
Oh, I've been underneath that commentator curse many a times.
Oh yeah, it's a real thing. I've seen it happen so many times.
I can't count the times that Trey's cursed me.
Oh yeah, I've seen it so many times.
I'll be sitting here running good, second, third, fourth, doing all right, and all of a sudden I can be watching the broadcast on my phone and I hear Trey's voice, that excited broadcaster, and boom, coming up here, and all of a sudden I make a mistake and he's like, oops.
Yep.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the stage, I believe.
Okay. So we're either in stage 2 or caution 1, but they're going to tighten him back up. He didn't run away from him that time, guys. So that's a good sign here. They were able to hang on to him.
All of these guys are super fast. They all know what they're doing. They all have their own strategy on their slider. Some went with a 9, you said. Some are probably on a 5, depending on tires. It just all depends on how they do it. But they know what they're doing.
Even a 4, man. I'll tell you what, a 4 is
I was running a 4 earlier. I was running 15.7s or so. Now that's not, some people will be like, well, I can run 15.3s, 15.2s. The thing is, how long can you run those laps?
That's the thing.
It's not a qualifying lap. It's a long race.
Yes.
That's it. That's what I found out about the 4. It stays good for the long haul. So if you think it's going to stay green, sometimes them lower sliders help. If you think it's going to be a few cautions, them higher sliders work for the short run.
All right. So for that stage, we had Blakey T, K-Mac, K. Larson, R.J. Smitty, Life as a Plant, and NoCo. We could get Keeper 4 laps down.
Now,
as we
I'm
know,
wondering how
Mills,
Larson, what he did. He must not had as much damage. That's how he got the lead like that.
Yeah, because I don't see anybody starting stage 3 on 2 tires.
No, that wouldn't be advisable.
Oh, as we see R.J. Smitty and K-Mac make a little contact. K-Mac, NoCo make a little contact. Looks like they're 3 wide coming out of turn 3.
Yeah.
Turn 2, my bad, not 3. What am I
There
thinking?
it is. Larson putting that green car right on inside
And
of the
here
leader
comes
mobile
that
like
24 of Smitty. Don't count that man out.
And NoCo, he's back in
all
fifth too. After having that caution's what NoCo needed. He's back in the picture. Yeah.
Cheers.
Oh, cheers to you, Boomhauer. Like E.T., this is what he wants, though. He wants that free air, but he still has so much competition behind him that he's just got to focus staying straight. There's so many cars that have been have the opportunity to run up front, but look at that. They're starting to pull a 2-car train right here.
I gotta wonder, though.
For a second, I'm going to let you guys got it.
Go right ahead. I wonder, though, with, now we all know NoCo swept Indianapolis. He got the first stage, he got the second stage, and he got the race win. He was literally just a couple of points ahead of Larson. Now Larson, the way that he's showing at this track right now, is that going to be enough to get Larson in? Or is NoCo solidified his playoff position, getting those stage points and everything, and getting those playoff points at Indianapolis?
Personally, if I was NoCo, not knowing for 100% sure,
I want to make sure
I want to see Larson in my rearview mirror. That, and even if he does score in front of me, make sure I'm only 1 car behind him. But not knowing for sure, I want to know that he's behind me to give myself that little bit of a bubble comfort level.
Because we know Larson and NoCo both missed a couple of races this year, along with Plant, and those were 3. At the bottom of the list, we had K-Taddy in 10th, we had Plant in 11th, NoCo in 12th. That was the cutoff line. Larson was literally like 6 or 7 points below that cutoff line. So with NoCo winning the playoff, winning the stages and everything, and the race at Indianapolis, with Blakey T winning the first 2 stages here, I think that might have put NoCo a lock into the playoffs.
We're going to have to see how it pans out.
Yes, we will.
Like I said, I don't have all the points exactly in front of me, and this race isn't over yet, Boom.
No,
anything
it's not.
Still is to happen. Our most dominant car, as you've been calling it tonight, the Wienermobile, he could make a mistake and cost himself. Nothing's over until that music plays. So let's see how it pans out. But everybody's looking strong right now. And if I was NoCo, I would just definitely say K. Larson, reel him in like a marlin, slowly but surely. I want you in my rearview mirror.
I gotta say, I gotta give my man Plant a shout out running 3rd right now. He didn't have the greatest showing in Indianapolis, but it looks like he's made a pretty good bounce back here, running up here in the top half of the track, in the pack of this field. So, excuse me, a little hiccup there and a burp all mixed in one. I apologize. Ran out of manners there for a second, but I gotta say, we haven't had as much beating and banging as I would expect to see at Bristol at a short track race. I guess because there wasn't a whole lot of drivers, signed up tonight, being that it is the holidays. Everybody's with their family and everything, which is completely understandable. I hope everybody that didn't make the race tonight, and I know Trout, you said you wish you could be here. I'd love to see you out here in that 37 Daughtry, JTG Daughtry. See, I can't even say it. JTG Daughtry machine. It's fun commentating your races sometimes. So I'm pretty sure if you was out here, you'd be up here in this mix too.
But again, with the caliber of drivers of Cup, I would expect a little bit banging. I expect a lot of banging down in truck, a hell of a lot of banging in development. Xfinity, not so much. And as you raise up, these guys know what it takes. Anytime you make contact with a wall or a car, it costs you tenths, it costs you seconds, and it costs you the potential for a wreck, and that obviously is not what you want to do. So, as the lower guys want to prove themselves, they want to get advanced in this hell of a league that Giggity has put together with all the admins.
It looks like Plant and NOCO make contact, and they are wrecking behind them. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, will be a caution. If not, then something is wrong. Yes, it is a caution, as it looked like Plant might have got a little bit of loose coming out of that corner there. Slid down trying to keep it straight, but NOCO was already there. And that's one of the things you got to watch out for, man. It is very hard to control this car coming out of these corners whenever you get loose, especially if somebody's underneath you. It can make for a long day. But as we was talking about the way the competition is and everything, and where you expect to see the beating and banging, as Roofer said earlier in our Indianapolis broadcast, the race last night at Richmond, we did not have a single caution other than the stages.
Awesome, and that is another tight technical track. You got to hit your braking points. Some people like that high line, some people like the low time. Some people roll the corners there, some people don't. So that's awesome to hear. But not to be too unexpected here. Giggity as we racked them and stacked them. Blakey T and K Larson.
And Larson's on that high line now. Let's see who's going to benefit the most of it. Whenever we see Blakey on the inside, it looks like it takes him a couple more laps to get around that 8 car, seeing how that high line is now the preferred line. Let's see what he's going to do on that inside, as it looks like he's making it work. Is he going to clear him?
That's exactly what NOCO wanted to see, though. This gives him the opportunity to get up there and get that K
Blakey
car
clears
behind him. But Blakey T clears him, yes. This
looks like there's a lot of fight going on. Looks like there's a lot of fight going on between Plant and NOCO back there. I wonder if there's a little bit of a grudge punch being thrown here and there.
You can't ask for better racing at Bristol. A small class of great drivers. I'd rather have that than 40 putzes out there.
Yeah, I'd rather have 10 cars that rather than 30 cars in a public lobby that you don't know.
Quantity is not always quality, and this right here is the quality race, guys. Look at this. We see NOCO fall back to 4th right there, but again, we know his patience. We know he has speed. We know he has strategy. So if I was Larson and fighting out for that points battle, I'd still be worried about that. But NOCO still has a little bit of work in front of him, but we know what he's got as a whole. He's, his team is always fast. Team NOCO is always fast, and he's got one of the total packages. So let's see how he can pull this through. But Blakey T wants to see this. No car around him, no car high, low. He's got a 4-car lead, maybe, in my opinion, Boomhauer.
Right now?
You don't want to do that, though. You do not want to give that to old Blakey T.
No, but if I'm Blakey right now, turn your mirror off.
Shut it off.
Turn it off. You don't need it. The way that you've been running, the way that you've been dominating the first 2 stages, turn that mirror off. Don't worry about what's going on behind you. You run your race. You run the track. You focus on what's in front of you, and you just keep kicking butt, my man. Now, Larson, you can't turn your mirror off. You got RJ Smitty and you got NOCO behind you. You got to know what's coming up next to you.
That's a double negative right there.
Camera on Blakey T, and I noticed as I come back here that he is still in the lead. I see.
Yes, he is.
And he pulled out a little bit, Roofer. Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, if he ends up getting this win, that's going to be great redemption for him.
He has completely dominated this race tonight so far.
He was trying
on a side note, I do want to say for all of our followers and whoever's viewing and commentating, once again, thank y'all. We appreciate it. This is why we do it. But just to throw a little bit of shade out there for all the people who hate this person, which I don't know why they do. Tom Brady was just announced the all-time quarterback list for the NFL's 100 all-time team. So shout out to my man TB12.
We'll leave that toilet trash to be left later, right there. You know what I'm saying? as we're looking out here on the YouTube, guess who said, "Hey guys, what's up?" Mr. Shadow Grim himself.
All right. What's up, Grim?
Yep, I had the opportunity to be in the booth with him and even race while he was broadcasting. Grim's a great guy. So,
yes, he is.
What's up, Grim?
I see Noko's trying to make a move on Larson.
Which I'm
like he got his car tuned in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Noko can finish the race ahead of Larson, I'm pretty sure that's going to guarantee that lock. I'm pretty sure after getting those stage points at Indianapolis and getting a race win, getting the playoff points, I'm pretty sure that locked his position in that 12th place. If not, maybe might have moved him up to 11th place past Plant, the struggles that he had at Indianapolis. But if he can at least get around Larson and finish this race above him, that will definitely guarantee him a spot in the playoffs. Now, if Larson, the way that he did, the way that Larson did, we've also got to ask ourselves, as good of a run that Larson's had both of these races tonight, the way that Plant struggled at Indianapolis, was there enough gap for Larson and Noko both to maybe leapfrog Plant and maybe push Plant out of the playoffs?
That's true.
We're not going to know until this close racing's over. The biggest race right now is for that second, third, and fourth position. It's Blakey T has pulled almost more than a straightaway. He's just about a straightaway.
It's stressful, man. And I tell you, and guys, you can tell that Larson and and Noko, they had put down some laps this week in preparation.
Okay. Looking at the playoffs, Plant was in front of Noko and Larson. The way it's set before entering tonight, it was Plant with 545 points, Noko had 509, and Larson had 508. Now, with, like I said, the struggles that Plant had at Indianapolis, with Larson only being 37 points behind him finishing second in the stages and the race, and Larson finishing second in both of these stages tonight, that might just be enough if he continues this run and can get maybe the top to get that second spot and hold on to it from K-Mac and Noko. That might just be enough to thrust him up into the playoffs and maybe push Plant out. We'll definitely have to see. As soon as this gets over with and we get all the information and everything, we'll do our best to get you all the standings going into the playoffs before we end this broadcast tonight. As Blakey's gone, I can barely see him.
But Blakey, man,
good racing, guys. Good racing.
I'm on his onboard and just trying to learn a little because I'm a little bit off at Bristol for some reason.
I hate Bristol. Bristol, Martinsville, Richmond, throw them all away. Oh, as we see, Larson got loose and connected with K-Mac.
There it is. Is that the opportunity that he needed? Sorry, Boomhauer. Is that the opportunity that Noko really needed to give him that comfort level, though? Let's see what happens here, man. Oh, yeah, I'm on board with Lights of Plant. Lights of Plant barely touches him. Noko to the inside of... Noko takes the point. This is one heck of
a battle between these three. Like I said, these three were the last three. It was K-Taddy in 10th, Life is the Plant in 11th, Noko 12th, and Larson 13th. These three are the final three drivers that had a chance to make their push for the playoffs, so it's definitely interesting to see.
This is what Blakey T wants to see.
Absolutely.
Back here.
Larson gets sideways and he loses it.
The 9 kills him.
He lost it. It's the 42 spins as well.
Life of Plant, Noko, they take advantage of that. Now they got their battle on their hand. Can they chase Blakey T down, guys? Like you said, Blakey T's so good on old tires. He's not.
And caution.
That is what
Larson's in front of Blakey now, but it's not for position. It is to hold that lap.
Noko couldn't ask for any more.
Exactly, Rupert. That's exactly
Larson's
what he wanted to see. Even going a lap down for
you
Larson, though.
You hate to see it.
This could get Noko into the playoffs, right?
But Noko's got his fight of his own right here, trying to battle.
Yeah, Plant's right there. He's not giving up.
But Plant's not wanting to give up. That's exactly what he wanted to see. That's exactly what Noko wanted to see. But he's got to fight himself off and make sure not to make a mistake and have that same thing happen to him. Go ahead, Rupert.
And on a side note, a lot of people know this, some people don't. Noko and Plant are very, very close friends. They are always on. Yes, they're always online, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning with each other, racing and helping each other and everything. So this is definitely fun to see, watching these two go at it again, just like old times now. Because I cannot count the times whenever I was the captain of the Ford gang, you know, when I had both of these guys on my team, I'd sit here and get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, go to work, and I would literally have 40 messages in the team chat just between the two of them. From 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, he's West Coast. He lives,
Noko got loose and catches and plant.
Good
Yeah,
save.
Plant's in the wall.
Saved by Plant.
Yeah,
right.
unintentional contact. Sorry, Ruther.
Yeah, no, good job by saving it and not getting major damage there by Plant. That was a good save.
Back down.
As RJ Smitty goes a lap down.
It sounds, yeah, let me...
And it looks like K-Mac's about to go a lap down too.
Still up here.
Man, he is pulling the Jake of all Jakes in the Cup Series right now.
Once again, guys, the week before Christmas break, we got a week before, you know, we're going to take a week off. We got a points battle to be determined. Blakey T's up here, Noko's up here, everybody, man. There's a lot on the line for these guys.
Yes, there is.
They're pushing super hard. Can't thank everybody again out there in YouTube world who keeps paying attention. Merry Christmas to everybody. Thanks for paying attention. We got Boomhauer, Mr. MP Ruther, and Puddin in the booth, and one heck of a race going on. We got Blakey T pulling away, though. That's not
we're
good,
watching Blakey T put on his show here.
Oh, yeah. He's pulling the Martin Truex of the 2017 Coca-Cola 600 right now.
Don't call him out on a short track, guys. I bet him $5 one night I could beat him at his favorite track, Iowa. And guess what? I ended up spending $7.50 on posters, too, just to send him a $5 bill because he smoked me by 2 laps.
I'll say, I stopped betting on
with
sporting
him and
events.
his family and everything, man. I'm really cheering for him here.
Oh, absolutely. I hope he brings it in. I hope he puts everybody a lap down.
I kind of wish that he would have named this one the same as the Indy.
Yeah.
But he's
awesome,
no matter what,
Giggity
he'll feel great.
That's the family sport right there. You know?
Yes, it is.
And he let it all hang out, man. He like I said, he spun it he put it in there so hard trying to win that race. I mean, a little bit of contact didn't get in there clean. I mean, it wasn't on purpose. It wasn't unintentional. I mean,
it wasn't nothing on either one of them. They were both hard racing, going for the win.
Right.
Noko, he actually messaged me personally. He said that he knew that he had to block him and Larson both. He was doing everything he could to keep them behind him while both of them were doing everything they could to both get around him as well. It was just hard racing. It was a racing incident, nothing like that. And it's just one of the things that happens at the end of races. I mean, it's the last lap. You're going for it all. You're racing for something. Noko, he's trying to get into the playoffs, lock him in. Blakey, with everything he's going through, that race being dedicated to his father, he was trying everything he could to win that race.
Loose, sorry, Boomhauer.
You're good.
42 almost got Noko there, but he got around it.
Oh no, the 42 Wicked ain't gonna wreck his own captain now.
I'm sure. Okay, yeah, I'm sure Noko was saying, "Hold it."
Yeah, you know
Miles
he was.
said he was sorry. He was 4 laps down when he lost it. Miles said, "But keep up the good work." And we got another message from Shadow Grimm. He said, "Let's go, Blakey."
Yep.
Blakey T's only competitor for himself tonight is Blakey T in this race. Yep. He's got to stay focused.
Don't beat yourself.
Now, Noko's trying because he's wanting to get every point, but I don't know if it's going to happen because Blakey's just been on a whole nother planet tonight here at Bristol. I mean, it's impressive. I like short tracks myself. I guess, I don't know. Mile and a halfs are kind of some of the mile and a halfs are kind of my kryptonite, but
short tracks are my kryptonite.
Right.
That's where my downfall is my mile and a half, just because I feel like I'm a little jerky, and every time you do that, it costs me time and my pit strategy. Like I said, you guys over there at DSR, you guys really did help me out with pit strategy, so I've gained a little bit, but I still got a lot to learn to be able to compete in Giggity racing with you guys.
See, like, I'm great at, like, Atlanta and Las Vegas, but then when Kentucky or Charlotte, where you got to be really technical getting in, like, turn 3, and them are the tracks that get me. It's just, like, Kentucky and Charlotte, I'm just not that great at them. But Atlanta, Las Vegas, them mile and a halfs I love. But
Atlanta's a good one.
Yeah, we got another message out here from Hike. He says, "It's everything I got to take, everything I got to throw." He throws the book at Blakey T at Iowa, and he still can't keep up with Iowa. The kid is fast and clean, Hike says. Good luck, Blakey.
Well, I'm glad we
appreciate that. The tackle.
I'm glad we got him over here, you know, at Giggity, man, because you know how not everybody can just jump out here and win a cup race.
Oh no!
At Giggity with some
like
of the guys we got here.
I started at the tail end of season 1, and it was literally the playoffs in season 2 before I got my first cup win here in Giggity. So it is definitely hard.
I was so nervous to come to the
broadcast
booth to participate. It took me months because I saw how fast and Robbie and Kate Taddy. I was voluntold by Kate Taddy one night. You know, I had more fun in the booth, but I didn't want to be in anybody's way because I didn't think I was as fast as these guys. The competitive level here is it's the best of the best.
You just run the road courses, Puddin'. You'll be all right.
In 3 seasons, all I've won was 2 truck races and 1 Xfinity race out of 3 seasons.
Yeah, one of them truck races should have been mine.
Oh yeah, when you ran out of gas at Iowa.
Dover.
Was it Iowa? Dover. Yeah, I remember that. I actually said it on my stream. I said, Boomhauer's
Season 1 at Dover. He passed me on the last lap coming out of turn 4 because I ran out of gas.
Yeah, ran out of gas. Yeah. Dover was one of the only tracks that I could hang with Jake this year. He was just a little better in the center than I was. But Dover was one of my better tracks. That was a great race.
Looked like Smitty just pulled out of the way.
Yep, that was very respectful and very smart. I was just going to say, Blakey T coming up some flat traffic, RG Spitty said, "Hey, you're faster than me." Again, a respect level, didn't race him for it.
Yeah, Robbie Viz just commented on our broadcast, said he only won 1 race, and it was the teaser race at Daytona, which reminds me, Roofer, remember? You won our damn, pardon my French.
The Xfinity teaser.
Yes, the Xfinity teaser, because I was running second right behind you.
Yep.
There was nobody near us.
From Shadow Grim, he said, "Puddin', you're fast. I've seen it." So thank you, Mr. Shadow Grim. Robbie said, "I've only won 1 race, and it was the teaser race at Daytona." And we all know how fast Robbie is too. So the level here, guys, you got to bring it.
Yes.
You got to bring it.
You cannot slack whatsoever.
Yeah, Robbie, he's a good competitor. I mean, I battle with him every week because we're around the same skill level. That's like me and Boomhauer are always around each other because we're just same speed level. You know, it's a Heat 3 and Heat 4 is a little different, but I would have just never have thought that Giggity would have blew up the way it did, and it's just cool to see, you know, from the original 8, you know, to where it is today. It's cool.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's definitely
Grim said something to you, Boomhauer. He said, "By the way, I missed you, Boomhauer," from Shadow Grim.
Oh, you're going to make me blush over here. You better quit that mess now.
I don't even know if I could have got a win in the truck season, trucks this year, because that's how tough they are, even in trucks. I mean, there's some guys in trucks that are really fast, just like Jake is in Xfinity.
Oh, just like stuff's going on here, guys.
Just like last year, whenever we started the whole developmental thing, we had Titans. He jumped in the trucks in developmental, and he gave Trey a run for his money at that championship.
I may not be super fast at all tracks, but I'd like to think I'm consistent. I'm going to try to compete for a truck championship next year, guys. You know, work my way up. Robbie Vince says, "If I got Roofer, Trey, Woodruff around me, I know that's good racing because you guys are so trustworthy." Again, great words from a great guy, and that's great racing from you guys too. I mean, same thing. Woodruff, Boomhauer, Money Mike, Noco. I mean, I can just keep running down this lane.
We ain't got enough time.
Exactly, we ain't got it. I mean, I can trust you guys. If I see you in a public lobby, I know we're good. And I've been spoiled. I've been so spoiled because so many people are online so many times that we can put together a private lobby and we don't have to go deal with those schmucks out there anymore.
I'm just waiting to see how long before these tires of his fall off, because it don't look like they're falling off none.
He's good at saving them, ain't he?
Blakey T is the best. I mean, he can run 8 laps on 0% tires and not look like he's on any bad tires at all.
See it.
He's great.
I mean, I'm waiting for him to pit, just waiting, and he's still...
He's not.
He must practice a lot on 4 times, man. That's actually a smart move.
Blakey T is so good on those tires.
You know how important tires are on this game. I mean, it's really even the fastest guy. If you have bad tires, the slowest guy is going to go right around you with new tires.
That's an aspect that I think that it was great that they brought into.
I love it. Right, NASCAR Heat 3, you can go 100% every lap. All Heat 4, you got to kind of pick and choose your battles, or you'll just abuse your tires right up. That's how it is in real life. So that's what we asked for. So I'm glad they're going the right direction with it. The only thing that makes me mad is that crawler across the top of the screen. Why couldn't they just have the running order, since they have everybody's name up there and it goes across the screen? Why couldn't it just be 1, 2, 3, 4 where we could be in the booths? That would have been nice.
Shout out to 704 games. That would be one helpful thing to have the running order instead of just the
in order. Right.
Yeah,
instead of
in
random
order.
Exactly.
Well, see, it goes by card number.
That
the way they do it.
Easy
1, 2, 3, 4,
6.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16. We don't have a 16 in NASCAR anymore, do we? Seeing how Greg Buffalo ain't racing.
I'll tell you what, right now it does have Taddy at dead last, and it has RKM at. I wonder if it might. Let me see if it comes back around.
I'm not even having a scroll going across the top of my screen. I got a
scroll at the top of my screen, yeah, and it actually does have Taddy and Mills in last. I want to see if it comes out with Blakey at first, and I might have just caught on to something. Maybe.
I think it's got Noko in first.
Okay, yeah, because he's car number 1.
Yep. Then Mills, then Blakey, then...
So it goes by car number.
Yes, it does. I noticed that. I caught on to that.
Yeah, if they could do it by running order, that'd be perfect.
Cars are starting to spread out. We still got that number 6 Blakey T-Mobile up front. Everybody's probably in conservation mode if it was me, saving those tires, saving fuel after seeing what Blakey T did. I know a lot of the guys are probably watching that broadcast and hearing us talk about what he did. So racing's starting to spread out. Yeah. Everybody probably getting to be in saver mode. What do you guys think?
I would have to agree.
Where's Smitty, man? He's usually really good at Bristol. The 24 car tonight. I'm trying to find him.
Yeah, he had some problems earlier. He's a lap or 2 down.
Okay, that's tougher. Smitty's. I think he's probably safely in the top 10. I would think, but.
Yeah, he's definitely in the top 10.
Yeah, Noko's still on a mission. But
he's not going to give up. He smells blood in the water, and the race isn't over. He's going to go for that W at all cost.
Oh yeah, Noko's going to do everything he can to get that win, whether he does or not.
Right, Blakey's going to have to make a big mistake, in my opinion. I mean, stayed out. His tires got to be dead.
All right, somebody jump on Noko and follow him around the track.
Okay. I'm on board. Let's see.
1.
Blakey T's got competition, right? Yeah,
he's
got just now crossing now.
5.
Oh, Blakey T makes a mistake right there, trying to avoid lap traffic, and it looks like he comes down. Blakey T making a green flag pit stop. There you go. Yep, there we go.
I was on Smitty. I wasn't even on Blakey T.
Yeah, that was my apologies, guys. I thought he was trying to get around lap traffic
on
there.
On my screen, I think Noko can see him. He can barely see him.
He's on pit road now.
Out. Okay, no, that's another car then. He's seeing RJ Smitty in front of him.
Yes,
the 24.
He is.
Yeah.
Let's see.
As badass as Blakey T is at running the wheels off the car, you cannot finish a race on 4 rims. You got to have a little bit of that Goodyear rubber on there. So he pushed it to the last limit, I guarantee it.
Yeah, sometimes people run them all the way till they blow, because before the patch come out, it would call a caution automatically. If it was on strict cautions, if you run them till they blow, the caution come out. But they fix that, so now people usually pit before they blow. Let's see when no-code pitted, or how that's going to play out.
I don't believe Noko is pitted yet.
Okay.
Wonder if that could be a little bit of pit strategy on Blakey T's behalf there. Go in a little early, knowing that I can wear these tires out to their last cord. Make sure I've got enough of that fresh Sunoco fuel. Maybe we get seeing something from Blakey T here, guys.
I'm gonna start keeping track just to see. I'm gonna stay on Noco's on board just to see when he decides to come down pit road.
Alright, where's he at on the track right now? Blakey T's crossing the start-finish line.
He is just starting across now.
Right.
Blakey T, I'm following him right now. He's appeared to be on the backstretch, going into 3 and 4, coming down that front stretch, coming past pit lane. He's passing pit lane right now. There we go.
Yeah, see, Noco's coming out of 4 with Smitty right now. Just going into 1 right now.
So I wonder, how much longer is Noco going to stay out?
Yeah.
There's a rhyme and a reason to Noco's every
He's coming in.
process, so let's see how it works out.
I thought he was coming in. He's just running that low line. He's down there in that PG1 like crazy.
Yep.
Wow, I've never seen anybody use a low like that on the exit. Like, that's amazing how he's staying.
He's following the track of the PJ1 on corner exit.
Blakey T gets into the K-Mac. K-Mac gets into the wall. Blakey T gets into him. I don't see any damage, and I don't see any caution, though.
I see damage on that 21 of K-Mac, though.
Yeah, that was just pure accident right there. I don't know, but no caution, and I can't see any damage on Blakey T, but Blakey T definitely made contact with him.
See, this is why I wish they had the running order and the lap count and all that stuff. Because whenever we don't have a driver broadcasting to follow, it makes for a very, very difficult situation to keep y'all up to speed on everything that goes on in here.
We definitely do our best up here in the booth.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, and it's so much fun to do it also. I'm going to get with some of the guys here at Giggity. Like I said, Wicked does a great job. I want to learn his techniques, see how I can download what and get what apps and programs, and try to get up to his level, because he is fantastic at making sure that he's got those little boxes and doing everything like that. Once again, guys, here we go. We are at Bristol, week before Christmas. Well, a couple days before Christmas. Blakey T, Noco, Kay Larson, all these guys, they all are battling for stuff, you know. Pride, points, and this is a difficult track, 250 laps at Bristol. Seems like it would go by quickly, guys, but it's tedious to hit your marks every time.
Yeah, it's hard to stay on pace, just, you know, mark after mark after mark, especially when you got traffic in the way, you got lap traffic, people on the same lap as you battling for position. It can definitely make it, you know, for a difficult situation. That's why we were talking about earlier. Run the track, not the people around you.
Exactly. That's important too. Once you give people, you start racing people, the car advantage, you're giving the car that you're chasing down the advantage by racing the person next to you, Boomhauer. So they gotta focus on that too. And lap traffic is going to be coming in to be a factor here, guys.
Yes, it is. Like I said, I just wish I could tell y'all who is exactly leading this and by how many laps. And, you know, like I said, you know, like Puddin said, you know, we do the best we can up here with not having the information, not having a driver broadcasting, you know. It just...
Okay, now I'm back. My bad, guys. My mic went dead for a minute.
You're good.
I had to plug the charger into it.
It's raining out here. My nose is starting to get stopped up.
Yeah, it's been bad here all day. I can't wait for it
I hate
to
the
stop
weather.
raining. Yeah.
I hate Mother Nature.
I know what's coming
She
behind
always
it.
strikes your
Usually-
ugly head at the wrong time.
I think we're under caution or the end of the race, guys. I don't know what something's going on here.
I'm about to find out.
That
I
would
love
have
you
been.
guys, what you guys do over there at Dirty South Racing too. I love your guys' logos and stuff that you guys come up with, man. It was so cool to see that stuff. I know you, Rupert, and Ed, though, man. You guys do such a good job over there to come up with these creative logos.
Yep,
Well,
that was the end of the race. It looks like Noko took the win.
Noko got him on strategy. Oh my goodness.
Noko got the win. He
It
is
looks
the
like
third
it.
person and first repeat double winner. He is yes, he is.
Blakey actually ended up finishing like 7th, I think.
Oh, that's unfortunate. And
Maybe
Blakey T
not.
appears
No,
to have the
I don't want to say
fastest
that
time. It looks like
official, but
Oh,
that's
he
what it says.
definitely did.
Yeah, Blakey T had the fastest time at a 15.5. That is intense.
Right. So we are
Wow.
going.
But wow, guys,
What was
yeah.
our finish? Let's see if they give us a good final order here of a top 10. I know we do know Noko won, so he pulled off the double to get himself in the playoffs, I think.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he has done it once before. There's only so he is the second person to, but he's the first person to do it twice. So get a couple of these guys up in the booth. There's Blakey T.
Well, I'd hope so.
Didn't expect that outcome, man. You know, I wish we could have had a better lap count to let everybody know at home what was going on. We begged for it in Heat 3, you know. Obviously, they know people do this. We sit at home and broadcast these. Why
We
would
got
you
Mr.
not
K.
throw
Larson up here now.
All right. Give me 1 second, Mr. Larson. We will get to you momentarily.
Are you guys trying to get Noko up there?
Yes, I am.
Who had a great call all night, by the way.
Blakey did
Larson,
get the
he was
win.
fast.
Blakey did get the win.
Oh, it was Blakey then. So there was no repeat then. There's
Noko.
Hey guys.
Your voice set to always loud, man, before we get this going?
Let me check.
Yeah, go ahead and check that. Roofer or Puddin', can one of y'all get Blakey an invite in here?
Yep, I gave him one.
All right, because I don't have him on the friends list. I'm going to have to change. All right. Man, you put on one heck of a show at Indianapolis, man.
Oh, thank you.
It almost looked like Homestead from last year's season finale all over again. You were pulling away in the first two stages, and it didn't look like anybody had anything for you when you was up there in clean air.
Yeah, it was. I had a really good car, man. It fell off really nicely, and just had a couple cautions in stage 3, and it gave everybody a chance to bunch back up there. But some issues and car getting loose and some lap traffic, but it was a pretty fun race. Both races were really fun.
It looked like, for the most part, it was clean racing, which is what everybody loves to see. Wasn't too many cautions or anything like that. But with the stage wins and the victory in Indianapolis, how confident are you that you are locked into the playoffs? Have you been wondering about that? Have you been striving, trying to get each position, throughout the night, hoping, please? Has that been in the back of your mind?
Larson ran really good tonight. Man, Larson, you ran really good, bud.
Thank you. You too, Noko.
You ran good, man. I gotta say, you Blakey, man, you guys really. I blew it off of turn 2 on that final lap, and I knew they were gonna get a run on me, so I had to protect the bottom and kind of hold them down tight going into turn 4, and I don't know, the car kind of got loose and just made a little incidental contact. But I mean, it's tough, man. I knew it was going to be a tough 2 set of races because Indy's one of my better tracks, but Bristol, on default, I suck. I need more work on Bristol.
At Indy, which is technical. Then you
and
just
then
did 250. So, needless to say, how many push-ups is that the equivalent to, Noko?
Oh, man,
great. Yeah, great job for
100?
sticking in there. Yeah, right.
At least
Right.
100 push-ups every 2 laps, about a push-up.
Yeah, right. No, you're always a threat. You're always a threat. You're always a force to be reckoned with. And your strategies and the way that you pull everything off has always got everybody wondering, Noko, on what you're going to do and how you're going to get to the front. But you always do end up at the front or on the podium, man. So congratulations. And what do you personally feel that, like I said, we all think you're locked into playoffs. How do you think your chances are for that big cup?
I don't know, man. It's gonna be tough. I'm not a big default racer. I'm more of a custom setup guy. So I just need to put some more work in, more practice. There's some favorable tracks for me through the playoffs, but there's also a couple unfavorable ones. So I'm just gonna see what happens, man. I mean, if I make it in, I make it in. I missed the first 4 weeks of the season, so to even have a shot at being able to make it in at this point, I'm pretty proud of that.
All right, so
Yeah, you just got a
man.
message real quick right there on the live feed. Still, it says from Robbie Vids. He says, "I will miss Noko as a cap next season. He's such a diamond bloke." So that's a great compliment from a great guy.
Man, yeah, Robbie, I'm so proud of him. I'm glad he was able to step up in the ranks through Giggity, and it's definitely well deserved. He's a class act, and I'm sorely gonna miss him in the chats and just being a part of my team. But I'm still gonna be there for him if he needs anything, and he knows that.
That's awesome.
all right. Now, as we know, Christmas is coming up in a couple of days, so we'll be taking a break.
What's your one Christmas gift you want from Santa Claus, Noko? Sorry to cut you off, Boom.
A couple days off of work.
Yeah, that's always great. I know, right?
There you go.
Nobody actually better Christmas present. Nobody calling in and me having to go in.
There you go.
There you go. Sorry, Boom.
Taking a couple weeks off. Whenever we do get back, if you have, which I'm pretty sure you have after that performance at Indianapolis, you've got 2 technical tracks just like tonight in the first round of the preset playoffs for the Cup Series. The first race being Gateway and the second race being Vegas. What's your mindset going into those 2?
Well, definitely want to make sure I turn my throttle sensitivity down because I noticed going into the races, my settings were set up for a plate track. So we were
because
doing
of
some
Wednesday
fun plate races. Yeah, we were running some fun plate races last night, and I never turned my throttle sensitivity down. So
Which I did get one win over Noko doing that. I have one.
That was fun, man. We had some fun. That was I had a blast. But yeah, I forgot to turn my throttle sensitivity down, and I mean, it killed me, man. My right foot fucking hurts.
All right, well, man, congratulations on your win tonight at Indianapolis. Looked like you were putting on one heck of a show at Bristol.
Always a threat to be messed with, too.
Always. It doesn't matter where you're at. You definitely don't want to see that black number 1 behind you in your rearview mirror because you know what's going to be coming. But congratulations on one heck of a show tonight, man, and we will catch you going into the playoffs, man, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk to you soon, Noko.
I just had one more thing to say. Blakey, man, you dominated Bristol. I don't know what your secret is, bud, but you're lightning fast there, man. And I got to give credit where credit's due. And you had my number. I couldn't do anything. I had the car dialed in, but I was still giving up a half a tenth a lap to you on old tires. And I just want to say, good job, man. I mean, well deserved.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Well deserved, man. Larson, like I said, bud, hell of a battle tonight. I mean, I just can't say anything but good things about all these guys. I don't want any, sour feelings towards anybody. And, end of the race, I know there was a little bit of incidental contact there. My car kind of got loose. I'm on a wheel. I don't know if I know the Larson knows. I'm not sure if Blakey, you knew.
Yeah, that wheel, it'll stop turning and you lose feeling.
The other thing was on that final caution, I only took 2 tires. I was in the pit still. And I only took 2 tires. And when the caution came out, I walked away from the screen. And by the time I came back, there wasn't enough time to take 4. So I ran those last 5 laps on 2. So that was
still impressive.
That was nuts. That was hard as hell. I'll tell you that. But I mean, great job, guys. Blakey, you definitely a star in the making. Larson, a lot of improvement from you, and you had my number, and I definitely will give credit where credit's due to both of you.
That's much respect.
All right, thank you very much, Noko. Blakey, if you'll just bear with us just for 1 second. Larson, man, it's been a while since I've been up in the booth, been able to chat with you and everything about NASCAR, man. It looked like you didn't get the wins tonight, and it don't look like you got the stage wins. But by God, you were right up there in second place all night long in both races, man. You had one heck of a showing.
Yeah, just trying to get it all I could. I'm on the outside looking into the playoffs. It's only a point behind Noko.
I know that, and that's one of the things that we were talking about. What was the mindset after Indianapolis with Noko getting the wins? You finishing second in everything to him, but also Plant not having the greatest finishes at Indianapolis, not having the greatest run. You getting the stage points there. Plus, you were doing a little bit better than him at Bristol as well. Maybe both of y'all kind of leapfrogging Plant, maybe, and both of y'all making it in. How do you attack in that mindset, not knowing where you're at in those standings and stuff like that?
Yeah, I was just trying to drive hard tonight. Definitely Indianapolis. Bristol gives me a hard time. Wheel. I'm on a
running
wheel,
on a 9, on a slider 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That takes some testicular fortitude, to put it politely.
But on that last lap at Indianapolis, man, I mean, being that close, with you, Noko, Blakey running right there together, what was the plan? I mean, you were that close to getting to Noko, man. I mean, is there anything that you could have done differently? I mean,
I thought there was gonna be contact between both of them, so I hung back a little bit to get the run coming out of the corner. If they both drifted high, and Noko just gathered it up.
Yeah, thinking neither one of them was going to let out. They were both going to fight for it, and you was just going to kind of Kyle Busch it at Auto Club between Denny Hamlin and Joey Logano and steal the win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real quick, Larson, it's Puddin'. One hell of a drive at both tracks, man. You gave it your all tonight, man. You gave it your all, just like you always do. Let me kind of throw off a little bit. Of the two tracks, you went from a not super speedway but long technical track to a short technical track. Of those two tracks, which are your favorite?
My favorite's definitely Indianapolis. Just running the wheel at Bristol, you're constantly turning it and getting it back straight again. Sometimes I ran a slider 9, so I had to correct myself a lot at Bristol.
Man, you did a great job tonight. Let's see how the points pull out. We always
I hope you got in, man.
You're a force to be reckoned with, and you are a talent and an example of Giggity Racing League, just like everybody else. Congratulations on your finishes tonight.
Thank you. Blakey, congratulations on the win, buddy.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
All right, now our last but definitely not least, our last interview for the night. Blakey.
I know Blakey T is over there. He just cracked himself an ice cold Pepsi. He's refreshing. He had one hell of a run the last 3 laps at Indianapolis.
Yes, man. Walk us through, man, Indianapolis, your mindset, knowing the circumstances, knowing that the race, the salute and everything, knowing how bad you wanted to win that race, man. What was it? Were the emotions getting to you, knowing that at the end you were there?
I mean, I really.
You ain't got to lie to us, man.
Yes. It was kind of. I got a little teary-eyed because I was like, okay, this isn't my kind of track. This isn't my kind of track. Indy is not my kind of track. I'm more of a short track fella, as you can see, and I had that run. Something happened with Noko, bumped into me. I got a little upset, and it killed me. I didn't even really want to race Bristol after that. I mean, I know it wasn't his fault, but I was that
he
close.
You hung
actually
in there. You
messaged
stuck
me.
with it.
He messaged me after the race and was asking about it and everything. He said that he knew the run that you and Larson had, that he had to try to block both of you, knowing that both of y'all were doing everything y'all could to get around him. So I'm pretty sure it was just, racing incident. There was no intention, like you said. I don't think he meant to do it either. Because he, in the message, I know you can't get a whole lot of emotions, read from, text messaging or anything like that. But I've known Noko for a while now, and I know for a fact he really didn't mean to. He was trying to just cut the run off. But the way that you were up there battling all night long, man. I mean, like you said, short track racing's more of your style. The super speedways, the technicality tracks, like that, isn't your forte, so to speak.
Right.
But being up there, man, you put on one hell of a show in Indianapolis. Even though, like I said in the chat, the final results didn't show the whole story.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't know. I hope everybody that watched it loved what I tried to do. I mean, I really did try.
They did. I can promise you.
I mean, I know it's just a game, but I mean, just the aspect of, well, he loved Mark Marr, and I'm driving the 6 car, and we did the salute, and today was the day we actually buried him. So it just, I don't know. I really did try my hardest, and it just didn't come up the way I wanted it to. I got my revenge, I guess, so to speak, at Bristol. But
I was about to say, going from Indianapolis to Bristol, coming up, just that much short of Indy, was it more of a motivation to drive harder at Bristol, knowing that, hey, this is my place, this is my solid ground, this is where I know I can kick, excuse my French, but I can kick ass here? Was that more of a fuel to the fire to make you do better?
Yeah, I mean, it was almost like, I guess earlier this year when Kyle Busch wrecked at Bristol and he came back and won,
Yeah.
I'm sure he was mad in that whole incident and he got wrecked. He was like, I'm going to get back to the win. So I thought, okay, I was a little bit more upset. I drove a little bit more aggressive than I wanted to, but not enough to ruin anybody else's race.
That first stage, man, how did you just pull away from everybody?
I know this track inside and out, and it really does help that, I mean, I go there every year, and I live literally an hour away. I mean, it's just my home track. And
where at?
I live kind of near Rosedale, but it's in that vicinity. Anyways, yeah, man. I mean, we just kind of pulled it together, and I really don't know how I did it. I mean, I didn't.
Well, it'd be no surprise to you, Blakey. We talked about it throughout the broadcast that you love your short tracks, but the talent that you show and everything that you can still prove to everybody, like at tracks like Indianapolis, you are a talent. And we got a real quick Robbie Vids on the video feed says, "Congrats, Blakey."
Well, you tell Robbie Viz, and I could actually get on there and tell him. But, yeah, I mean, I did it all for you guys. I know y'all were here for me whenever it happened. But, I tried to put on a show for you guys. And
you did,
I appreciate everybody that did stop by, because, I mean, like I said, after Indy, man, I was kind of done. I thought, what the heck with it. I don't have nothing else to lose, though. I mean, I couldn't make it to the playoffs, but I thought, I got a couple stage wins tonight. It might help me out a little bit, but
being a spoiler like that, though, taking points away from people who could do it, though, like you said, you couldn't make it, though. Not only did you get another W in your short cup career with Giggity this year, you still were an aspect in the points to affect everybody else. And congratulations to you, Blakey. And you know that I give you a lot of grief. People and I, people out there, if they hear Blakey and I talk in a public lobby, it sounds like we don't like each other. But no, I consider Blakey a good friend. One of the few people not few, but one of the people I look for when I get online because I know I can have a good time with. And
right.
Blakey, I do consider you a friend. I know, like I said, I give you a lot of grief. We have a good time together, and man, you did not fail to disappoint.
No,
Much
absolutely
much
not.
much respect for everybody at Giggity to show their respects. Mr. and Mrs. Puddin, you are in our thoughts and prayers.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I lost my father a year and a half ago. So, Blakey, if you ever want to talk, then I've got you. You know I'm here for you, buddy. But dude, you did one hell of a job, Blakey, especially under your circumstances.
I wanted to say something, and it's kind of more of a personal thing, but
Go ahead.
the funeral expense was more than what we really could pay. But
I understand.
we've been so blessed that we actually got it paid for.
There you go.
So,
that's awesome.
So we've had. I mean, today, it's been bittersweet. We had today was the day, but everybody in the family always pulls through, man. We gotta stick together. But yeah, definitely
I understand. Last month, my stepdad, his mother, which I, look as a grandmother, she's been in my life since I was, 11, 12 years old. She passed away. So, like Puddin said, we're one big happy family. We give each other grief in lobbies and chat parties and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, we're one big happy family. And all of you, your family, your friends, your loved ones, you are all in our thoughts and prayers. Our condolences to y'all. And if y'all ever need anything, do not hesitate to let any one of us know, man.
Like I said, man, it's just been one. I don't even know how to describe the feeling. It's actually win. I mean, for this, to win, and because I don't really know words to say. I mean, I knew I was going to be okay here, but I didn't expect to dominate it today. I really didn't. I figured everybody else would really give me a shot, but
they told me before the race, watch out, he's going to do it. He's going to do it at Bristol. He might not have got it at Indianapolis, but he was going to do it there. And by God, you delivered. You did exactly what they said you was going to do. And honestly, I'm just glad that I was the one up here commentating, broadcasting, following along to watch it, man.
I appreciate you guys doing this.
I agree with that. I was late to the party. My wife woke up late. We had to do some grocery shopping, and I was literally speeding back, thinking I was going to miss the Indy race. And
you just wanted to see me race, was all. That's all you wanted to see.
Well,
of course,
maybe
man.
I won't disclose that publicly, but we'll throw that as a 50-50. But I told my wife, I was like, there's a mutual respect and love going around, and to see that 3 wide, like I said, I had to unplug my mic. I got choked up, I teared up, and just to see everybody in Giggity do what they did. So not only great racing to you, Blakey, but great camaraderie and family, sportsmanship from everybody, Blakey. So, I know you got a lot on your mind right now. I know you got a lot to do. If you want to hang around here in a little bit, I'll be more than happy to talk with you, hang out with you, race with you as always. But I think we got to wrap this up. So thanks to Robbie Vids, MP Roofer, Boomhauer. This is Puddin. Congratulations to our winners, Blakey T. I'm going to say this once and only, and I'll say it publicly. Go enjoy that nice cold Coca-Cola, and then...
Earlier it was Pepsi, now it's Coca-Cola. Which one is it, Puddin? Make up your mind.
He works for Coca-Cola, and I'm a Pepsi guy, so that's why I give him grief. He works for Coca-Cola, so that's why I always give him grief.
Both of y'all are missing out. It needs to be Dr. Pepper. Both of y'all are missing out.
Well, I used to like Dr. Pepper.
So before we do close this out, I do want to say, everybody, thank you for all the kind words. I mean, everybody they hopefully will see this. Boom, Puddin, everybody else that's probably not watching right now. Thank you.
Oh, they are. They're watching, I promise
for all
you.
the kind words. And thank you all for checking on me because,
like I said, the Indianapolis race, there was, I guarantee, 20 to 30 viewers. There's over 100 comments.
55 viewers.
Over 100 comments, and almost every single one of them was rooting for you, man.
Yep.
So I do, and I also, like I said, I want to thank, my team RJ for being there for me too. I mean, everybody, I don't really know what to say. I'm sure he's happy up there in heaven where he's at, but
Absolutely. He's smiling, man.
And it's got to be difficult for you, especially like you said, after the circumstances you went today. The last thing you want to do, of all things,
is get on and race
and get on a video game. But for me, I had to try to distract myself a little bit to break it up. So maybe that you getting on doing that, and a lot of people reminding you of everything, though. But for what you did tonight, you showed your talent on short tracks, you showed your talent on long tracks, and then you saw the love of what Giggity has to offer. So, Blakey T, congratulations, and I'm here for you, buddy. Love you,
Actually,
man.
there is one more thing I do need to say to Taddy, and that is for him to let me use the 6 to do this, because I know my dad loved Mark Martin. And
that's respect, yeah.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
Also, I guess all the other admins that didn't have no problem with it, because I don't know.
Hold on for one. If you got 1 second, though, if you can hold on for 1 second, somebody wants to say something to you. I'm trying to scroll through. Mr. Shadow Graham said, "Invite me, please. Invite me, please. Invite me, please." So let me see. Let me get him down here real quick.
But on a side note, real quick, before he does get in here,
you got to suggest it. You got to invite him, though.
But as I was saying, before, on a side note, in, 2 weeks, not tomorrow Monday, but the Monday after, we will be heading to the playoff round with our truck series. It is at Puddin's favorite track, Canadian Tire.
I was just going to say.
We're going to be getting into all that.
Guess what, boys and girls? I've been pulling top 10s off in development. I've been pulling top 5s off in the truck race. But watch out for that Puddin-mobile at Canadian Motorsports Park, baby.
Yeah. Like I said, the playoff round starts, so it's definitely going to be fun and interesting. I hope y'all will join us then and there. But as
Shadow Grim just joined us. We got Shadow in here real quick.
Join us. He wants to say a few words to you, Blakey, so I'll hand the microphone over to him and let him say what he needs to say.
Alrighty.
For one, Blakey, I'm crying on the inside for you right now, just to let you know. That's one thing I want to say.
Brother. Thank you.
2, I am so damn proud of you.
Thank you.
Coming from a truck guy, and I've raced against you. Coming to the Cup, I am so damn proud of you.
Don't seem real that I'm here, man. I put so much time and effort into it.
I know, but I am
He
so
did it so
proud of
quick,
you,
too, Grim. He did it so quick to go from truck to Cup.
The thing is, though, he's a very smart driver. Again, for the team that he's on, they're lucky to have him. He is a very smart individual. He knows the car inside and out.
He can drive on worn tires better than anybody.
Exactly.
I don't know how you do it, but you can skate around on 4 rims sparking and still be fast.
I do have a question though for you, Blakey. You said you was giving a shout out to your team, RJ and everybody and all that stuff.
Yes.
But seeing how you are driving the number 6 car, would that not put you for Team Canuck for the night?
Oh yeah, thank you, Team Canuck, for the opportunity to drive the 6 car.
I had to throw that out there. Get a little bit of friction going between RKM and Smitty just for the fun of it.
You better watch out now.
Because I guarantee you, RKM's sitting there thinking, this guy can drive. RJ, bye-bye.
That's much respect, though. And you drove a cool car tonight.
Oh, yeah,
too.
that Wiener Mobile, man. I love that car.
So that was my best chance to kind of show off the Mark Martin kind of esque. So I had to just, like I said, I had to do it for him. Ever since I was a kid, that's who he's loved. So
my grandfather on my dad's side of the family was a Mark Martin fan. That's all I ever heard growing up was Mark Martin, Mark Martin, Mark Martin.
So, it's just, I feel so good to have all you guys here and cheer me on for everything.
Absolutely, man. We wouldn't miss it for the world.
So, but, if I get into the playoffs, great for me. But if I don't, I'm still going to try to win almost every single race in the playoffs.
There you go.
I'm going to win it. I'm going to win. Even if I don't win it, I'm gonna win it, boys.
There you go. That's all that matters, man. But
so.
Well, on that note, guys, I think we're gonna call it off here. I'm gonna let Boom sign us off. Blakey T, I'm here for you, and congratulations, Shadow Grim. Don't go too far, and everybody out there from Mr. and Mrs. Puddin', have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Please be safe, as I always say. That's my thing. I always tell everybody, please be safe. And I'm always on. If you all want to hang out, I don't have a lot going on this week for Christmas, so if anybody wants to keep me company, I'll be there. But Boom, call us off, buddy.
Alrighty. Once again, we had one heck of a round, our final round, heading into the playoffs for the Potter Weldon Cup Series. Going into the playoffs, we had NoCo putting on a show at Indianapolis, getting all the stage wins, getting that race win. We had Blakey T in that number 6 Wienermobile, getting all the wins, all the stage wins and the win at Bristol. It was one heck of a show all the way around. Emotional night for everybody, I'm sure. No more than him. But once again, I want to say thank you for everybody who joined in, who's watched, who commentated, Roofer, if you're still watching, Robbie, Puddin', everybody who was involved in this, getting everything set up. The 3-wide salute tonight for you, Blakey, and your family and your father. We can't say enough how much, this is just one big happy family. We're always here for you. Our thoughts and prayers, again, our condolences. If you need us, we're here. But like Puddin' said, I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas, a Happy Holidays. And like he said, be safe. It's winter time. The roads can be treachery. Just take it easy. It's better to arrive late than never. But
race on the racetrack, not on the freeway.
Yes.
Everybody stay off that eggnog now.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know how you drink eggnog? You know how you drink
Boom
eggnog?
Boom Howard and I don't need eggnog. We got Keystones.
No. You the way you drink eggnog is you open it, pour it down the sink, and then you drink a beer.
And then crack a Keystone, yep.
But once again, everybody have a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever, there is no religious preference here. Just enjoy your week. Everybody be safe. We will catch y'all in a week and a half, 2 weeks tomorrow, whenever we come back for our Truck Series playoffs, round 1 at Canadian Tire Motorsports Parkway.
Look out for Puddin'.
Yeah, look out for the back. But y'all have a nice night. Thank y'all again for joining us. This is Boomhauer 01, Puddin', Blakey T, and Shadow Graham signing off.